Good morning, welcome to Furry and Spoilt. Today I'm going to talk to you about rawhide dog treats. If you don't know what I mean, let me show you. Come over to my laptop. So this is what rawhide dog treats look like. So they're always a creamy kind of colour, maybe a little bit darker sometimes. They generally come in these knots, or sometimes they'll be like that, just in sticks. This is sort of very classic. You know, you're going to your pet shop and there's be loads of them there. And it's rawhide and it's basically animal skins. And I am so against rawhide because it's such a bad choke hazard. I'll talk to you about that in a minute. But the reason that I've been looking into it is because I'm starting to see rawhide alternatives everywhere. And I didn't know if it was because rawhide is dangerous and so they're trying to find a better way around it, or if they were trying to give a vegan option. Now, I don't agree with feeding dogs a vegan diet, and I certainly don't do it. But I did wonder if that was what it was all about. But I don't think it is. I think it's the danger side of it. So if you don't know about rawhide, when you feed it to a dog, give it to a dog. So generally the idea of it is that it lasts a long, long time, and it generally does. And they come in these like bones, and they come in like circles and things like that. And the idea is that they last the dog a very long time, and they do. But the problem with them is that they go incredibly slippery, like slimy, really quickly. The piece that the dog's been chewing goes all slimy, and it almost goes like elastic, and it's such a bad choke hazard. And if it doesn't choke them, when it goes down into the rest of their body, it can cause so much damage because it's basically just this piece of skin. It's awful. It's really dangerous for dogs, and I mean, I just don't give them to my dogs at all. It's really dangerous. I really, really wouldn't recommend that you do. Even if you're with the dog and the dog is supervised while they're eating it, it can be so dangerous. And yeah, sure, there are some dogs that have always had them and haven't had problems, and that's great. But I just know the different times I've seen dogs eating them, I've taken them off them because well, if you've ever had it, you'll know exactly what I mean. It just is such a bad choke hazard, and absolutely never leave a dog on his own eating one. So it's just too dangerous. I just don't do it. I just don't do it at all. So let me show you again, just in case. It's kind of, they come in knots. It will tell you if it's rawhide, and that's what that is. So let me just show you. I have seen kind of all over the place now alternatives to rawhide. I don't know where all my dogs are. If you don't know me, I've got 3 dogs. There's one there. I can see some legs over there. I've got 3 of them around somewhere. So these alternatives, so they're called rawhide alternatives, and I've been looking at them, and so if I just show you the product description. So there seems to be a few companies making them. Yeah, it's just saying that it's alternative. And actually, my vegan thoughts can't be true because the alternatives have actually got different, like they've got different kinds of meat and stuff in them, so it wasn't a vegan thing at all. I'm still not going to be using these because I have no idea what the thing is. Okay, so let me show you what these actually look like. So this is what they look like. Look, peanut butter flavoured chews, sort of look like bones, and they're called rawhide alternatives. If you know my channel, you know me. You know what I'm like about dog nutrition. I think bad nutrition is the absolute key to so many problems with dogs. And so I either home cook my dog's food, or the food that I buy them, it's very clear what's in them. It's just meat and vegetables and some vitamins. It's very clear and very simple. And absolutely always grain free. With their treats, I'm not as strict. So I find grain free treats are generally not very nice. I have never found a grain free treat that my dogs actually like. And when you're training dogs, they've got to like the treat. So I'm not as strict with treats as I am with actually what they're eating. Apart from rawhide, I absolutely won't touch rawhide. So I don't look at the ingredients on dog treats and expect to understand what it all says. So I'm not too phased about the fact that I can look at this this nutrition and an analyst and not really understand what all of the stuff is. I'm not too fussed about that. I'm pretty sure that in most of the dog treats I give my dogs, I wouldn't understand what all the ingredients is. If it was dog food, I absolutely wouldn't give it to them. I also don't give them big treats. So they just have little treats for training or whatever. They don't get like a big thing, so they don't get like a big bone or whatever. Um, I'm not really sure about these, to be honest. It's okay. There's an awful lot of stuff in there. I don't know what it does. There is a lot of vegetables and there are animal products, which is all fine. But I think looking at them, they still look very rawhidey to me. So I mean, obviously there's no rawhide in them. I believe that, but I just feel a little. I would feel uneasy about giving them to my dogs. I won't be buying them. I was kind of hoping I was going to look at it and it was going to mention the choke issue and explain why the dogs wouldn't choke on these, but they haven't. Right, okay. I feel like it's a sales gimmick. Yeah, having looked at it, I feel like it might be a bit of a sales gimmick because rawhide has been getting a bit of a bad rap at the moment. I think it might be a bit of a sales gimmick, and the problem is that because I don't understand what most of those ingredients are, I can't really say for sure. But actually looking at the product, I think after when you've had dogs for as long as I have, you get to the point where you can just look at a treat and know how that's going to go. And looking at those treats, I would still say there's a bit of a risk there. Um, I'm not going to. Originally, what I thought I was going to do was see them on the website. I was going to buy them, try them out, and then I was going to tell you what I thought. But looking at them, I can't really say I'm not going to do that because they look to me like they could still be a choke hazard. So I think I'm going to have to just sit on this one and just see how it goes. I'll keep an eye on it and I'll keep you updated in the future and see what people's thoughts are. But I personally won't even be trying the rawhide alternatives. So I absolutely will not be, would absolutely still not be giving my dogs rawhide because it's such a choke hazard, and I won't be giving them the rawhide alternatives. If you have tried these rawhide alternatives, I think sometimes they're calling them rawhide free. Can you please let me know? I'd be really interested to know how have you got on with them. Have you still got that like has the actual stuff they're chewing, does it still go kind of elasticated and sort of stretchy and really slobbery and like a real choke hazard? Please can I have your stories on this because I'd be really interested to know. I don't want to try it on my dogs and then it all go wrong. And if any of you have tried it and it's, oh, I really hope that you didn't have any awful experiences with it. But can I please have your experiences on it? Not rawhide, I'm absolutely clear on that. It's dangerous and I won't be using it. But the rawhide alternatives. Okay, all right. Thanks very much. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.